Hello, it's Nigby. This is a video that I am so pleased to do. I got this lock some time ago. I got it from Nick's Picks. He just randomly decided he was going to do an impromptu giveaway. I think it was down to how much he'd been drinking that day, and I won it. And so he sent me this lovely little Squire 330. It's in brass, and it's a lever lock. And that was the bit that caused me a problem, because I felt a little bit guilty, even though I absolutely love this lock. Just before I go into anything further, what you're maybe not appreciating is just how small this thing is. There you go. That's an American 1100. I've seen these things before, and they always look way bigger on screens than they seem to be in real life. So you know, it's hidden by an 1100. So it's just a tiny little lever lock. Still got 4 brass levers in it, and it's actually got a pretty thick shackle on it. But I didn't pick lever locks, and I felt really guilty about having this off him and not picking it. One thing I love seeing it, anybody that I send a lock to, I love seeing it picked, or seeing somebody struggle picking it, or learning to pick it, and you know, just everything around it. And I've never been able to do this for Nick. But just recently I've gotten into lever locks. Now, I've had to learn a few new skills. One of the reasons I avoided lever locks is that for every lever lock you seem to have a different tool. You can't just use a generic set of picks. So I've had to learn how to silver solder to get these, make these little tools. I've been watching Roy Sammons. I know he watches me, so thanks, Roy. Thanks for the videos that you've put out on making these tools out of bent nails. I've been watching Brummy Lockpicker as well, but he doesn't watch me, so probably no need to say thanks to Brummy. But well, no, thanks, Brummy, because I know that you do put a lot of information out there, and it is really useful. So I've managed to make this tool, and it is a bent nail, but as usual for me, I can't just leave it sort of all rough, so I've polished it way beyond it needs to be. I've put a little brass finale on it, so I think that's quite a nice looking little tool now. I've also had to start making pick wires, and for no reason I've silver soldered the joint on the pick wire, because learning to silver solder is really quite fun as well. So a whole new avenue to go down. It's an absolute motorway of stuff to learn. Anyway, let's get this lock picked, and I can just talk a little bit about my experiences of lever locks. Arcane tomfoolery, I think, is how I've described it. I'm just going to use this little piece of blue tack to just hold the shutter out of the way. This little lock is probably the equivalent of a Master Lock M3. It's a really, really easy lock to pick. It's really nice. I need to sort of get some harder locks to pick and work out where I'm going with levers. But for the time being, at the moment, I'm really pleased to be able to pick that. I don't know if people want to see the bitting on levers. So tiny little key. I might as well just explain a little bit about levers while I'm here, just in case anybody watching my video knows nothing about them. I'm sure most of you do. This part of the key is what throws the bolt, and that's what this tool replicates. You can make these tools out of keys as well. So you've basically got the front part of the key there, and then these next 4 steps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, they are, well, that's the bitting of the key that affects, when this is turned through the lock, how high the levers are lifted. There's people who explain levers way better than me than that, but I don't want to just leave it hanging in the air. So there we go. Let's take a little bit of that zoom off so you can see the whole affair. So that just sits in there. My wire goes in like that, and nice gentle tension with this, and you literally just go through the lever pack. As I say, there's 4 in there, so similar to a Masterlock M3, and you just have a feel and twist, and you can feel the springiness of the levers. Okay, so that was lever 3, and I just felt a little bit of movement in this tool. So coming back to 1, just going through the levers again. Okay, and that was lever 4, and that's turned, which means that that lock is now open. I don't suppose I showed you that before, but you saw the turn on the tool, and then I can very gently just spin that over and bring the tool out. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Nick, sorry it's taken me so long to get that picked. Even from the start of me learning lever locks, it's taken so long. I've had a couple of failures in terms of making these tools. I've had the nails bending and bits, all sorts of things, but if it was easy, it'd be no fun. So yeah, I'm absolutely having a blast just learning the basics of some stuff, making some different tools, and there you go. That's it. That's my Squire 330 from Nick's Picks. Picked. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody is safe and well.